Hey guys, it's Jason Santiago with Modern Stone Technologies and the Stone and Tile Technical Institute. And I know it's not Monday, today is Tuesday, but this is our weekly Monday discussion. I apologize, my voice was completely gone yesterday, so I was not able to do a video, but I did want to bring you into my training facility for today's video, and I can't promise that today's video is going to be super short either. So what I might do is I might do this in two parts for you folks to kind of check out at your own leisure. I had a question or a conversation that I had with a new contractor very, very recently. To make a long story short, this was a gentleman who was in a completely different industry who wanted to get into the tile and grout side of things. His plan was to kind of get into this slowly and to kind of expand over time, and I was kind of working with him on how to make that happen and the proper steps to take, whether it be through training or products and that sort of thing, to get that ball rolling. Well, he wrote me recently after our first conversation, and basically it's kind of boiled down to he needs to get into the industry a little bit faster than what he was originally planning, and he needs to do it with slightly less capital than what he originally had planned on having to begin with. So his question to me was, hey, I need to get into this fast. I have less money than I thought I was going to initially. Can I get into this industry for cheap? And he said to be completely honest with him. So I wrote him back, and of course I said yes, you can. And I wanted to share this information with all of you guys who are maybe out there doing carpet cleaning or maybe out there looking to get into the industry, not quite jumped in yet, maybe because you think that it does cost a lot of money to get into this side of things. That was one of my favorite things, getting new contractors involved with the tile and grout side, is that you can really get into it with very, very little investment. So we're going to go into that. I've got some equipment back here that I'm going to be talking about and showing you guys. Another thing, there's probably going to be some echo in here. I'm going to try to edit that as much as possible to make it less noticeable, but one of the reasons why I don't do my videos in this area is because of the echo I get, and that's why I like doing it in my truck. You notice all my videos are in my truck. The acoustics are great in there, so that's why I go that route. So anyways, the first few things that we need to talk about when getting into this industry is what are the pieces of equipment that I need. Now remember, we're just talking tile and grout here. We're not getting into the natural stone side things yet. But the great thing about this is that you can get yourself a handful of jobs, and the profit margins on this are huge. And I will show you that based on the numbers that I'm going to put up, and I'm probably going to put some numbers up on the screen. This one's going to be a little bit more produced, if you will, than my other videos. I really want you guys to be able to grasp this information, to have this information, to watch this and review it, and really get a good idea of what it takes on your guys' side to get into this industry, and what I can do to kind of help you along with all of that. So the first thing is equipment. Now you guys, I know you see the big truck mount systems, and you see the big portables and the big fancy things, and that is great. That is going to make a contractor much faster at what he does. But for tile and grout cleaning, it is not necessary. You will be more efficient, but you won't necessarily be more effective. And I tell you what, I can take this equipment here and I can get the same exact results as anybody can with some of that bigger, faster equipment. So the first thing we'll talk about is our extractor. Okay, now we don't have a portable, obviously, or a truck mount. What I use is just a regular shop vac. Shop vac from Home Depot. I just purchased this one not too long ago, so I recall very vividly that this thing cost me $98 and some change. Okay, so that is our first big investment, our $98 shop vac. Now, I'll tell you what, when I opened this thing, the first thing I did is I threw away all the attachments, the hoses and the wands and the little attachment holder that goes around this thing. I just threw it away because I know from being in this industry for so long that stuff is useless and I'll never use it, and all it's going to do is clutter up my area. So I chucked that stuff. So what I did to replace the hose that came with this is I bought this hose, also available at Home Depot. This is going to be about $37 and some change. Okay, so we've got our hose, we've got our shop vac so far. not doing too bad. Now this is the other investment, and it's really the only thing that I don't think you can buy at Home Depot. You might be able to find one locally. I actually bought this from Amazon. I bought this for $57 on Amazon, and it works awesome. This is what I use to replace the wand that comes with the shop vac. It's just an aluminum wand. It's got a heavy-duty squeegee. You can use this pulling back or pushing forward, and this thing has great suction, and it works awesome. I wouldn't really recommend going any other route. And locally here in Arizona, for all of my Arizona audience, TSI Supply, I know I've talked about them before. They have these things in stock, or if you don't have an area or a place to go buy this type of stuff, again, Amazon's always very helpful. And so I bought this thing from Amazon, $57. I needed it in a pinch, and I got it. So that's what I used to extract. Now there's a little bit more labor involved when you're going this route. Obviously this thing does not shoot down water, so what I use for that is I just use a 5-gallon bucket, and I fill this thing with my rinse water. This is how I rinse my floor. I use this to extract. So obviously we're not going to be able to just pour water on the floor and suck it up. We need some sort of agitation. We don't have the high pressure that you get from a truck mount or a portable. So what I use for that, guys, is I just use a grout brush. Grout brush is available on TileToolsHQ.com. This thing is going to run you about $18, and this thing is awesome. In fact, I use this at home more than I actually use a broom. Twist onto any sort of pole. You can agitate your grout from a standing position. You actually agitate your tile as well if you need to, or you can get yourself just a regular deck brush from Home Depot. These things are not expensive. Unfortunately, I don't have a price on this, but I know it's not much. So this is our floor cleaning extraction unit right here, and so far we're under $200 for all of this stuff. So, or maybe just over $200 with all of this stuff. So, and this is the biggest investment that you guys are going to have to make, because everything else, product-wise and that sort of thing, is going to be much lower. Now you see over here we have our floor machine. This floor machine, especially if you're doing anything over 500 square feet or even up to 500 square feet, you're going to want one of these. This investment is a little bit bigger. This particular piece of equipment I have here is the one I recommend for my stone restoration. This is going to run you roughly $1,300 or so. So obviously we have a much bigger investment here. You can buy entry-level floor machines, because what you need them for, you don't need a whole lot of power. You just need something that's going to buff your floors. You can buy those for as low as $500. So you can buy yourself an entry-level machine for less than half of what this costs. But if you are in a situation to where you don't even have the type of capital to spend $500 or even $400 on that type of equipment, you can typically rent one of these at any sort of equipment rental place, at a Home Depot or that sort of thing, for about $80 a day. So most of the jobs that you guys are going to be doing in the tile and grout industry are going to be one-day jobs. So rent the thing. Put down the $80, rent the machine, do your first job, and after you've done that first job, or maybe that second job, you are going to have plenty of capital to work with to start to buy your own stuff. Or let's say you're only doing one job a week for the first couple of months that you guys are in business. Go ahead and rent one for every job that you do. You can be very profitable at this and start to save that money and build that capital, and then start to invest once you start to get something in the bank and start to have a little bit more money to play with. And basically what I'll do at the end of this video is I will talk about what it's going to do we'll say about 1,000 square feet. We'll mark it all down, and I'll give you some approximate prices based on my area, which is going to be one of the lower areas in the nation. But I can show you that even with the prices that are a little bit on the lower side in Arizona, you can still be very profitable with just a very small initial investment. So that's the equipment. We've got a floor machine that we're going to rent. We've got our extractor and cleaning equipment over here for roughly over $200. So far, we have not invested all that much money. So now we've got to talk about product. for your first job, or really for all of your jobs, one of the things I really kind of dig about the tile and grout industry is that there is not a whole lot that you need to buy. You don't need to buy all the diamonds that you have to buy with stone restoration, or the different polishing compounds, or the paste, or the crystallizers if you go that route. There are a lot of different things that you need to buy for the natural stone industry, because there are a lot of different approaches that must be taken based on the type of floor you're working with. But with porcelain and ceramic tile and grout, there really is only one way to approach it, and that makes things easy, and that also means that your initial investment on products is going to be a lot lower than it would be if you were going with the natural stone restoration. So I've got over here the products that you will need for color sealing tile and grout. The first one is the Modern Stone Technologies Color Sealer. This bottle here costs about $24 on TileToolsHQ.com, and this bottle will cover about 1,000 square feet on 12-inch tile. And these days, tiles are much bigger than that, so you're probably looking at closer to 1,100 to maybe 1,200 square feet with one $24 bottle of the color sealer. So that's the first product that you would need. For our cleaning and prepping agents, we've got two. We've got the Ultra Clean. Now this is a quart bottle, but you can buy a gallon of this product for about $21 on Tile Tool HQ. A gallon is going to cover about 1,500 square feet plus of tile and grout. Okay, so that is a very small investment, $21 for a gallon. And then the Easy Etch is going to be our prepping agent. And we can definitely talk more about color sealing and have its own video on the different types of steps and things like that needed to color seal tile and grout. But the Easy Etch is going to be the next product that you're going to need. For a gallon of Easy Etch, you're looking at $31 a gallon on Tile Tools HQ. So product costs are very low, and a gallon of this again is going to cover about 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. So for roughly $80 or so in product, you can do a job that's 1,100 or 1,200 square feet. If you break it down and you do 1,200 square feet times, let's say an average of $1.15 a square foot for the whole process. I don't have a calculator in front of me, but when I get home and edit this video, I will. That number's pretty good. We will have our initial investment cost, and then we will have what we're going to make off of our first job. And I think that you guys will find that, again, the profit margins are very big for something like this. It's not super difficult to get in cost-wise. And learning how to do this is also not very difficult, especially compared to the natural stone industry. I wouldn't say you'd want to do your first job for a customer, but there are a lot of videos out there online. I'm going to be creating my own video on color sealing tile and grout. And of course, I'm always very available for you guys to call me and email me, and I can kind of go through the whole process and the steps and that sort of thing with you guys to get you guys color sealing your first tile and grout floor. So for products, that's it. We have the three main products, and that's really all that we need. Again, we have our floor machine that we're going to rent for our very first job. We've got our shop vac, which is going to be a very small investment with our brushes, and that's all that we need, guys. And that's really it. So now the next thing that you would do to invest in yourself would be to kind of become more educated on this topic, and of course there are different courses out there and classes that you can take. I actually do offer a one-on-one tile and grout restoration course. It's not a class like I do, for my natural stone stuff. This is more of a one-on-one basis. But that again, that gets into a little bit more of an investment, money-wise, also more of a time investment from you guys. So while I always recommend someone becoming educated and learning this industry as well as possible to go out and provide the best type of service they can, it is not something that you guys absolutely have to do. So I will walk you guys through your first job. You guys will use the setup that we've talked about here, and you guys will start to build and start to build that capital and start to grow your business, and that's really what this is all about. So So this video didn't take quite as long as I had planned. I still might break it up into two just to kind of make it a little bit easier for me to upload and a little bit easier for you guys to stomach me talking for so long. I do want to let you guys know that these training / technical videos, I am going to start posting these on my training Facebook page. So instead of having them here on Modern Stone Technologies Facebook page, I'm going to start posting these on the Stone and Tile Technical Institute's page, which is just facebook.com/stonehousetraining. Also, you can go to stonehousetraining.com to check out the website on my training course. And again, I'm always available for you guys. I'll leave my email, I'll leave my phone number. Always feel free to send me a friend's request on Facebook. I'm always happy to connect with you guys so that I can be more available for you guys. And if you have any questions or any ideas or anything that you guys want to see on future videos, please don't hesitate. I love getting the feedback from you guys, and I love putting out content that you guys are really going to find useful. So hopefully this was useful for you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.